Hi guys, this is going to be my GepRC or GepRC ZX-5 frame unboxing and little build video just of the frame. So this is a very nice frame that comes from China. You could say another frame from China, they have tons of them, but this one is special. Especially the GepRC brand is special in that they produce their own specific designs. They don't clone, they don't copy anything that was made in the US or in the Europe. They make their own design, which is very nice of them and not that common as you can imagine. But also the designs are unique, not only unique, but they are also very functional and very nice. As you could see in my previous pictures, I received everything nicely packed. I just put it in the box after unpacking, and now I'm going to make some basic stuff, like get to see whether there's any residual carbon fiber. It doesn't seem to be there very much, but it's still a good practice to at least wipe it, if not wash, which is even better. Okay, so here we have a 4mm thick arm, and we can see the arms are separated, so they have to be put together during the build of the frame. This is going to make it easy to replace an arm. Also the build itself or the frame itself is designed to make it easy to swap an arm, but I don't think it will be very much needed because they are 4mm, as I said. They don't have anything. These are just 3 screw holes, but no other holes in there. They do have some extra thickness around the motors. I don't think this is going to break, especially in this short version, which is a ZX-5 for 5-inch propellers. But at least I can be sure that if that happen, I could be able to use the frame, continue to use the frame. This is another innovation that you couldn't see anywhere. This is used instead of aluminum or steel nuts. It's used to hold all 4 arms together. We will see in a short time. And this is a base plate which is 2mm thick. I'm not sure if it's really needed that thick. Maybe it could be 1.5mm, all these parts, but whatever, it's going to be that much stronger. Alright, so this is a part of the camera pod, as you can see here, that's going to hold the FPV camera and maybe also the video transmitter, but it can also hold for example GoPro or Runcam 2 or something like that, because it should be able to get together like this. And here we have a nice flat place to put the camera, and also a place to put some straps, either this way or that way. Okay, that's going to be put on it later. And this is a top plate here, placed above the flight controller PVB. Here we have a nice holes to hold VTX together with the plate, so I'm imagining that I will probably stick a VTX here. This is the place to hold the connector for antenna, video antenna. So it's going to be unmountable from the frame together with the top plate very easily just by disconnecting the cable. Okay, so this is the original PDB. It comes with every built GepRC build or GepRC frame. It's a pretty basic one, but I already use one in my Gep 210 build, and it's working well. I don't have any problem with it, except my OSD couldn't be fed by the 5-volt source from this PDB along with the camera, not camera but the FC, the flight controller board, because it couldn't provide enough amperage for that OSD, which is micro minim OSD, which is kind of ampere hungry, like 700 milliamperes or something like that. Alright, I will replace this by either the Matek, but that has some issues with flight controller, so I think I'm going to replace it with this one, which is also a PDB, but it also has OSD on it, which is great because as you can see, the space in the frame will be very, very limited. So having a PDB together with the OSD is probably the only possibility to have the OSD on this kind of build. Alright, so let's try to put the frame together, how it will come together. So according to the drawing, we have the bottom plate, and we have the arms that go under the bottom plate, and on the other side they are fixed by these red cross, aluminum red cross. We can quite easily put it together, just have to check which screws to put where. So in the middle we have 10mm screws, it has to fit against the hole, of course. Then we have another 10mm screw on the outermost hole, and in the middle hole there is a 16mm, I believe, which is necessary for us to get some place where to put the FC stack. Not the standoffs. The standoffs will go here like this. Let's do it later. Also, they can go like into these holes here, like this, I believe. And then we could obtain a plus frame or T frame. But I'm going to mount an X frame, so I'm going to quickly put all the arms together. One thing, all arms are the same from the top and from the bottom, so it doesn't really make any difference which way you mount them. Really, the red aluminum cross makes it really easy. Much easier and much faster than if I would fiddle with nuts on every screw here. Okay, it's really strong, no flexing, no nothing. I really like the rigidity of the frame. So I decided to, let's see how this standoff goes in. It's like only 20 millimeters tall, so 2 centimeters tall, and now we need to put PDB here, some insulation from the cross, then PDB, and then standoffs and the FC, and then the top plate. Everything is going to be really tight. So I started off with making the nuts, nylon nuts that do the insulation between the PDB and the red aluminum cross. I just cut them in half to make them shorter. They don't need to be as tall as they come with here. So this should save me maybe a millimeter of space, which is really precious here. Okay, although the frame, as I said before, the frame comes with a PDB, which works well, I decided to use, it would be this way actually, I decided to use another PDB which also comes with built-in OSD, which is basically the only way how to put a OSD on this kind of build, very tight build. Please note that I have to put the PDB this way, otherwise if I put it this way then I get standoff here and I'm not able to change any settings. So my wires from ESCs will have to come here and here and here and here. We have plus and minus. We can even decide whether to solder them from the bottom or from the top. Okay. Then there are 5 millimeter standoffs here, nylon standoffs, which is no problem because the FC stack is not structural on this frame, so it doesn't really need to be very strong or something. This is the last one. Okay, I would say there's time to mount these standoffs. Let's do that now. So let's find the FC. My FC is right here. So it's a Fury F4 board from Kevin at RC Groups. It's a really good board, and this one has an MPU 6500 gyro on it, so it is theoretically capable of 32 kHz update from the gyro. Now I'm going to use normal nuts. Let's do the rest, the top of the frame. Here we have a nice arrow showing what is up front. Right. Let's put this together. For that we need these standoffs or beams. Okay, and now we put together the top. So here I would say I would put the VTX, here the antenna. I might not have enough space right here for the VTX. I need to check it. Anyway, let's put it together. If not, if the VTX doesn't fit under, it will definitely fit over here, because the camera assembly will go here. It's there's a lot of space for that. So let's see how this has been pre-mounted. It's just some thin carbon fiber plate inside this plastic piece, which is going to fit inside here, and it's going to be screwed so that it allows camera to be mounted inside like this. So just some basic screws here. So I can adjust the angle of the camera easily. And that's about it. Okay, so let's weigh the frame and the basic. Okay, so it's 118 grams, which is not really light, but don't forget that it allows to change. It has changeable arms, and it's also really strong. And also very good thing is that the FC stack isn't structural, so to work on the FC it will be really easy, and also it probably will be very well protected in the crash and so on. Also, this top is a 2mm, and it's very strong thanks to these two handoffs and the screws. So the camera will be very well protected. I would be really surprised if anything happened to this frame or to the components installed on it. Alright, one little problem could be that this stack could be, there is a really not very much space here. So I have come up with an idea. What if I put this aluminum cross here on the bottom? That would clear another, I don't know, 4mm or so in this really tight area, and I would have some more space to put a receiver inside, or even VTX on the bottom of this top plate. So let's do that now. Okay, and what's the trick now? Let's put the arm, the red aluminum cross this way. So the arm will be squeezed, the arms will be squeezed between that and this plate. I will show you the benefits later, or what I think that are the benefits. I leave the conclusion to everyone else, everyone by himself. Okay, so I'm going to omit completely these middle screws because I believe they are not really necessary, and I'm going to put it here. And of course, to really hold it together, I need to reverse this one and put it from this side, like this. Okay. Why am I going to omit these in the middle? It's not just because of the weight, but also because these would come here under, like this, under the PDB, and it would make it really a pain to change an arm if it would break, because I would have to put down the whole FC stack including the PDB itself, and when it's soldered together it's not really that easy. So I'm just going to omit this, and let's see if it has any problem, any structural deficiencies because of that. I believe not, but I will like any comments regarding this on my YouTube channel. Okay, so now the arms are only held by, let's say 4 screws, right? Because these screws aren't really holding anything because they are free here. Of course there will be these screws and the stack and so on, but these are only nylon screws, right? These are necessary here for 2 reasons. I would say they aren't really necessary because I could insulate the PDB by some electrical tape or Kapton tape or something. I mean, because I wanted to put a battery strap into these holes and go under the PDB. It's not really necessary because it could go around the frame, but it would require a longer battery strap, which I don't have. The one that came with this isn't really, it's long, but it's not extra long, let's say. Okay, but still, the structural strength is really strong still, even though only these 4 screws hold it together, but they hold it on the farthest most parts, and inside it's held by the cross itself, which is incredibly strong. So if I try to bend it, the cross holds it against this one here. If I bend it this way, again it holds here against here. So it's really, I wouldn't say there is any problem with the structural rigidity or something. The only thing that really needs to be thought of here is that the battery will come here on the bottom, and I would say some soft padding, pretty thick soft padding, needs to be added here so that the battery doesn't hit the cross itself or the screws on it, because it will very easily damage the battery. But I do have some foam insulation that I can which has sticky sticky part on it, and I can put it here, stick it here, 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 and here, and make all those parts come above the or under the cross, so that the battery doesn't even touch the cross. So this is what I want to do, what I plan to do with it. Here is the battery strap. And it will be under the PDB. It will be not very easy to replace the strap if I break it, but definitely easier to do that than to replace the arms if I used the middle screws. So here we can see that we have much more place. Much more space to put whatever stuff we need, including the VTX, including the RX, and of course including the FC. FC is here. Okay, and if we put the top plate here, we have much more space than we had before. So we really can put easily also the VTX here and probably the RX here, and leave only the camera in the top pod, camera pod, which is used basically for that. Okay, so again, thank you very much. Happy flying. Bye bye.